Fancy.
Oh, fancy. You're going to be all special.
Well, at first I was intimidated, and then I was like, oh, well, this isn't difficult.
No. You've seen the other guys running this, right?
Yeah.
So rude. So true.
I've been,
No.
I was helping Shannon set up What Up Mob Wednesday at the same time Monty was setting one up. And they were like, okay, which one are we using? So.
Oh, last week,
Sharing
yeah,
this.
2 of them set up.
Yeah.
Because I got on for shots.
We don't have our version of shots that we do.
Okay, so your husband had the moonshine out, and so I got my moonshine out. And now all my moonshine is gone. They died.
I uncovered some more when I put some squash in that fridge from the garden.
Yeah, but y'all's moonshine is not that huckleberry moonshine. That stuff Shannon gave me burnt my insides. Like, permanently singed them. It was awful.
We still have 4 bottles of plain that will probably get what I call fruited. Usually,
Yeah.
fruit put in
There's
them.
fruit in it. I'll try it.
Oh, but man, if you let that fruit sit for like 2 or 3 years, that is the worst hangover I've ever had in my entire life. Back when I could drink some strawberry that had been setting for like, I think it was 2.5 years. You didn't even taste the alcohol. It was just like drinking strawberry punch.
That's what this was. That huckleberry moonshine is 2 years. It was already 2 years old when she gave it to me, and we've had 2 my fest since. It was so good. It slid down so nice.
Well, let's see. We're up to 5 people.
Oh, there you go. Here, let me get back on my duty here.
Yeah. She's responsible for comments, please. Because we were overriding each other, so.
So Monty's came. Okay, there it goes. Let's see. What?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to share it. I know last week the guys were saying something about it only shared. Like you could only comment on. You could only see the show on their personal pages for a little while last week. And I don't know if that was because of the double setup or what.
Yeah. It doesn't behave like it always should, is my observation.
Always says you rare. I don't know if that was because of the double setup or what.
Yeah. Listening to myself.
All right. How many places are we sharing this? I may or may not be able to share again. Are
you on jails?
I am currently restricted. Okay.
How did we guess that?
Well, it all started with a butthole.
As all good stories do.
As all good stories do. There was this butthole. Yeah, so I think I can post and I can like, but I cannot comment. And I tried to do a happy birthday pop.
So we just shake our heads. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, so
as I was posting it, and it was like, oh, but you can't explain it. So I just posted the picture, and as I hit send,
that's what happened.
My Lord. If that's the phrase that she is frozen on for the next hour. Good Lord.
Well, I was going to start our introductions, but...
Yeah, just move on without her. She'll be fine.
Well, we're up to 7 people. She may be back. Are you back, Dickie?
The entire screen went black on my end. I was like,
You're still kind of pixelated.
Yeah, you're like in 4 pixels right now. Yeah.
And where am I at?
It's kind of getting better, but not really.
Okay, let me jump out and jump back in.
All right.
Try that.
Okay.
Okay, now we can talk about it.
I know, exactly. What'd you want to say? She's back in the background.
No, she's nice. That's the problem. Oh, there she is.
Still fuzzy, but
Does that work?
you're still kind of fuzzy. All right. Now that's better.
It looks good on my end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we dropped 2 viewers right there.
Oh my gosh, she's back.
We're only tuning in for her anyway, so that's it.
Oh, I
Well,
thought it was because I came back. They're like, ugh. Her.
welcome to the Craft Whisker Club show. We are your co-host. We have now 3. Miss Heckman just joined us officially as a co-host this week. She's waving to the crowd. But okay, so I'm Tisha Clinkenbeard, aka Mrs. Chicken Bread, and current president of the Craft Whisker Club. Okay, I think that's it. Is it still?
Yep.
Yeah, it's still that way.
Yeah,
Everybody's that way.
Summer, Jiggy, VP of the Craft Club, Whisker Club, and VP for Beard Mob North Texas. Well.
And Christine Hackman from the Vancouver Facial Hair Club.
Oh yeah, we're like passing it on.
We'll get used to it. So, for those of us in the States, then today is Memorial Day. And so we have a special guest. I'm going to try to get her on before she has something else going on in the background. So I'm going to try to get her on before she has to leave us. So let's bring her on here. A lot of you probably know Miss Carrie Lynn.
There, is that better?
It is. We can see you.
Nice. I guess.
So I asked Carrie Lynn to come on tonight because she is a veteran, but also I have to say that over the last few days, her posts have been just really touching and remindful of what Memorial Day is about. And with that, I'm going to say, Ms. Carolyn, tell us about what's behind the post and based on your service, which we thank you greatly for.
So, Memorial Day is about remembering those that fought for our freedoms and for what we love to do that never made it home. It's in memory of them. And I'm not saying it's time to mourn their loss. No, it's time to celebrate what they gave us. It's time to celebrate, to enjoy what they've done for us. They wouldn't want us to be sad. They would want us to have fun. They would want us to have barbecues, to share it with our friends, to share it with our families. They didn't give it all for you to not enjoy it all. We just need to remember to take that moment and to say thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
I've lost a few in service. One of the very first people I ever met at my very first duty station, Merriweather. Sorry. He's one of the most amazing men I've ever met. And he was one of my very first friends in the military. And I got to tell you, as an MP, a police officer, when they do that last call over the radio, and that person doesn't answer because they never made it home from Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever they happen to be, that's hard. That's one of the hardest things. And I don't know. I thank him every day. I miss him every day. But Merriweather was one of my best friends. And me and him talked about what we wanted other people to do if we didn't come back. And it was just to enjoy, to remember us and to thank us, but to enjoy what we gave our freedom for. To enjoy what we gave our lives for. So that's my little 2 cents about Memorial Day.
Well, thank you, because I totally agree with you. That's, I've known a lot of people that have served. I haven't known anyone who, as you said, did not come home, but that's the whole point, is it's serving your country. It's a very selfless job. And I don't think it matters what country you're from. I think anyone would tell you that in any country that you go to. But that's something we definitely need to celebrate, the freedoms that we have been given. And and just honestly, just say a prayer, just to be thankful. That's kind of my take on it. So, but thank you once again for your service.
Sorry, that's always been awkward for me when someone thanks me. I'm like, I
What do you
don't
do?
know what to
Yeah.
say. Like, it was my job.
Yeah.
That was for me. It's just, it was my job. It was my turn. So I did.
Right, but for civilians, how else would we say thank you for giving us what we have? I mean, so you just say you're welcome.
No, I understand. It's just
Like, no.
it's awkward because I personally, I mean, I know I did something and I was fighting for what I believe was right, but I don't feel like I did anything because it's still going on. Like that's how I feel anyway.
Yeah. But you did.
Definitely.
So thank you.
Welcome.
Alrighty, and since I hate to keep her backstage all by herself, so we also have Miss Wags here tonight, aka Kristen. So, but I should let you introduce yourself.
Yes. Hey, I'm Wags. I'm originally from Soul City Beard and Mustache Club. I am the vice president of Beard Here right now. We do a lot of good things, but first and foremost, I'd really like to thank all the veterans out there. Like, thank you so much for your service. I'm not a veteran. My grandfather was a World War II vet. That means a lot. Like, my dad was supposed to be in like the veteran, so just thank you everyone who has served for our country. Thank you.
Yeah, it just means a lot. And I have to share with you guys an experience that I had, and I may tear up a little bit, but I went to France right after I graduated from college and went down the Normandy coast. And you come to the American cemetery there that looks out over the English Channel. And all you see are rows of white crosses or Star of David's. And it's totally quiet, and it's just like the breeze blowing off the channel. And it's probably one of the most impactful places that I've actually been in my entire life, to where it's hard to describe it because of just it's huge, and that's all you see. And there are people there walking around, but it's completely silent. I know a lot of people, and I'm not putting it down. I know a lot of people have been to Arlington Cemetery in DC and such, but this is totally a different experience than going to Arlington Cemetery. I mean, because there are no normal graves.
No.
It's just, oh, I get chills every time, because it is nothing but just the lines of the white crosses and the Star of Davids. So if anybody ever gets the opportunity to go over there and go down the Normandy coast and see what that was like, just do it. I mean, it will really, it's one of those places you probably don't want to miss seeing. To me, it's better than the whole Seven Wonders thing. But
That's one of the places on my bucket list, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I've seen like where they've done like the outlines of people in the sand. So like I want to go there to like to get the whole experience of it. So
Yeah.
Right. To see
Now,
it, like be in that moment where
Yeah.
you're just gonna. We did the 9/11 crash site when we were in Pennsylvania, and
that's something.
it was it was just one of those like seeing everybody, and you're walking up and you're seeing all the pictures of the memorials and everybody paying their respect, and it just kind of.
I've been the Flight 93 memorial.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it was neat to be able to go and just take it in from that aspect.
Yeah.
and the part I also liked about the Normandy coast is it's not just Americans; it's every country that fought in the war. I mean, Americans were just a piece of all of those people. And there's a town, and if I remember, I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but Isla de Mer, that has a paratrooper museum, and that's where all the paratroopers landed for the war. And it's just, again, it's you go to these places and it's just quiet, you know. It's and it's not museums around there like you think of. You know, there'll be these metal buildings that you go into, and it's a museum. They have all the things that have been found over the years, etc. So, but I said that's the experience.
Flight 93, like that experience it's very quiet. It's a very quiet experience. Like Summer could probably attest to this. It's a very quiet. Like when you go there, like people are just silent.
Mm-hmm.
And you just read everyone's name and everything else, and it's somber.
Yeah. I just imagine that's how it is. Like seeing the rows of the crosses, the rows of the Star of David's, like you can hear these names, you can see a number. This is the number we lost, but then when you see something that symbolizes each individual, then you see the enormity of it, and you're like, wow, this really took place.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom. Like
it was one of those things where like that plane probably flew over my house when it crashed. Like it was
no
crazy.
doubt. No doubt. Yeah.
Like it was kind of insane for 9/11 when that all happened. So
yeah.
And you know, my husband and I talked about this before, and in each kind of the generations in all of our lifetimes, there have been things that have impacted our generations. You know, whether it was World War I, II, you know, Vietnam. All of the generations have had those things that impacted them, but our children, you know, blessing, I guess, if you will, have not had that as yet. You know, they have.
I say my baby cousin was born. I was like, you don't remember when 9/11 happened? Like that's crazy to me.
Right.
Like absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's and like I said, you don't want anything like that to happen, but in reality, it has shaped our.
It changed everybody that day. Like something altered that day in every single human being, whether in your own person, but your life changed because different things were set in place moving forward because of that life-changing event.
Right. And that solidarity really hasn't been there because of the events like that happening. And I think, like I said, I think it's applicable in any country you go to. There's always events that are going to bring nations together. So it's I don't think it's something necessarily that just we in the US, you know, have gone through. So
Christine, what are the Canadian things?
Oh gosh. Well, firstly, we don't have Memorial Day per se, but obviously 9/11 affected us because y'all know about Gander, Newfoundland, and how a lot of people ended up there. I can remember where I was when 9/11 happened. I was working, and my boss and her friend were in the States. They were in LA for a booty call more than anything. But anyway, they couldn't get back. And so, yeah, it was just that that feeling that what is going to happen, what does the future hold? Is this the beginning of the end, right? And now I'm also of Ukrainian descent, so what's going on over there is a little tough right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, this is a tough one, ladies. This
I
is
know,
about
right?
happy beer.
Oh, we're getting deep on this one.
This is where we're just thankful for those that fight for our freedom. Like it all goes back full circle. Like the people that actually go and sacrifice for us to have the simple things in life, like to be able to just to sit and talk to each other like this, and have the freedom to say whatever really the hell we want, you know. So I think it's just kind of full circle. Like
No, it's because Wags can't see both y'all in like one weekend and then have this conversation later. Like that's
it's like,
We didn't have this deep of conversations this weekend, did we?
hell no. I was like, need another beer?
well, I'm back in Ohio, so we can have this conversation now.
Right.
Well, with that being said, just like I said, a few moments of thanks for all of that. Like I said, it's not really just the U.S. I think it's something very universal on that. So, but after our very in-depth and deep conversation, then as you can tell, Wags and myself and Jiggy were at North Texas Beard Alliance this weekend at Revenge of the Beards. And I was judging, Wags competed, and Jiggy was helping with the Honest Amish table.
I got a sponsor badge now, man.
You're good.
You're so special, dude.
I am like Ed.
But you know what? I'm going to brag. I'm going to be all like that person.
Yeah, I saw y'all's trophies.
Look. Oh, you got the boot.
And then took everybody out to show
Oh,
it.
yeah. You can find the boot. That's awesome.
Enough of that shit. Let me put her up.
That's amazing. I'm
I had to do
actually
that.
really jealous of that.
Me too.
I admit, okay, I bought 60 tickets and I put them all in for the boot.
Did you really?
I was going to win this boot. I heard that Aaron Johnston put quite a few in there as well. So first thing I did was go show him.
You're like, sir, could you buy me a beer? I need to fill up my boot.
That's amazing.
Congrats.
And then Jason messaged me yesterday evening. He said, I heard you won the boot. So will you send me a picture? And he said, oh yeah, Shannon won the raffle.
Shut up.
So we were pretty happy campers.
You both have your own boot. Wasn't the raffle for a boot also?
Yes.
Right.
For a club competition. So
that's right.
To be announced. I don't steal anyone's thunder. So
well, I need to get back to Texas. So like Texas is a good time. Like you guys are something else.
We do throw some parties.
December 2nd and 3rd and 4th. You can just put that on.
You're just throwing dates out. It's fine.
Just tossing it around, a little jiggling it.
Dangle that carrot.
Just
and so, Wags, do you have your beard there, or?
It's probably still packed away.
I'm trying
Sorry,
to see.
Tisha.
Like,
What's that?
I was fixing to post this comment.
You may go grab it? I can.
Well, I want you to tell us a little, because at the time I didn't realize that it was a tribute. I have to admit, I was kind of clueless on that.
It's fine.
So I was going to have you tell us a little about that.
So my beard was for Willy. He was part of Men Viking Florida. He was probably one of the nicest guys I ever met. He was originally from the Bronx and moved to Florida.
Hello.
There was a time where I got down to Virginia Beach and there was like 5 of us staying in a room, and he was like, "Oh, if you need to stay somewhere, you can stay in my room. I got an extra fucking bed." And I was like, "Oh, fucking sweet. I'm gonna stay in your bed." So I did. Because he had an extra room. But Willie was one of the nicest guys ever, so I decided to do a tribute to him a few years ago, but we never got to meet up at a competition together. So Willie passed away about 2 months ago. A horrible, horrible car crash. So I decided to do a tribute to him in Texas, because obviously I'm never going to get to do one with him there. So I decided next Beard Comp was going to be a Willie tribute.
I was trying to find the.
Nailed it. Nailed it. I walked out of the bathroom and I was like, oh, that's it. I knew right away. You did an
Girl, I cried the whole way back to the hotel.
That's so
legit.
hard. But I mean, you did such an amazing job.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Like when you can
really
see somebody
beautiful.
go, that's who they did.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
Yeah, like Jason Hall actually walked away from me at one point because he was like, "I can't deal with you looking like him that much."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "If that's," I'm like, I'm not trying to make people cry, but I am.
Right. Right.
But that's really a beautiful way to memorialize somebody and to do a tribute to them. Like that's something so truly kind of profound for this little silly thing we do of sticking things on our faces. But that's a gift that you gave to like people who knew him and people who appreciated him and people who can appreciate your artistry as well. That's a beautiful sign of friendship. And I saw that, and I didn't know the story, but I had to keep scrolling through, and I kind of figured it out, and I was quite moved, and I thank you for bringing that, for doing something like that. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, like you're like one of the most profound whiskerinas when it comes to realistic, so that means a lot for me. So like for you to tell me that, so like I look up to you a lot when it comes to realistic. So
that's kind.
We're all just tearing up tonight.
Okay, so I asked you at the comp how you made it, and you said braiding hair.
Yes.
So did you buy the hair already pre-braided and unbraided it? Or
no, so
you bought just wig hair?
No, so braiding hair is it's a complete different thing than like wig hair. So braiding hair is, I don't know how to describe it. Like it kind of comes like kind of crimped, but it's not crimped. Christina, you could probably tell more about this than I can.
So braiding hair comes in the big long packages. It's a very economical way of doing things. Usually it's like $5 to $10 a package, and you get a lot of hair out of it, so that's great. And it's got that pre-textured thing to it because it is usually used for African American hairstyles to make the long braids and stuff. So it's got that crimp already. Yeah.
So it has a little bit of a crimp to it. So what I did was I folded it in half and like took a skewer to it and like weaved it down around it and then boiled the hair. That's why if you see my post, Christine was like, "Are you boiling it or what are you doing?" I boiled the hair because when you boil the hair, it sets it. Then you let it dry and then you untangle it and then it has that texture of like a beard.
Wow. I didn't even know you could boil hair.
Yes, you boil hair. It's not the first time I've done this. I've like when I did my Jessica Rabbit beard, I just braided it and then dipped it in boiling water, and that it worked. But this time with around the skewer works so much better.
Yeah. If you're using synthetic hair, you can use hot rollers, you can use steam, or you can use the boiling method. And the boiling one every time is going to give you the best lock because it's exposed to the heat for the longest. So very wise move. I feel like I'm coach's corner here, but good one. Good stick handling there. Well done.
Thanks.
So how did you secure it to the skewer? I can't say that.
What is it? The little like tiny braid rubber bands.
Oh.
Like if you go into like the hair selection, there's like these little tiny rubber bands you can get.
that's the ones.
Is that like, Jiggy, the ones I used on my carnival tent?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
We call them elastics.
I'm actually very excited that Christine was like, good move on your boiling method.
Well, I'm always curious to see what everyone's doing. So, well done. Yeah.
I mean, you're a wig maker. Like, I want to know, like, hey, girl, can you tell me what to do? Like, please tell me.
Shit,
I'll tell you one thing not to do. Use a crimping iron. Because that
no
melt.
crimping iron.
Yeah. And yet I keep doing it. Keeps melting. Oh, well. One day I'll learn.
Lord.
I'm just blown away that you boil hair.
Yeah, boil hair. It's great.
Yeah. Okay, how long did you boil it for? Because clearly my internet was ish.
You don't do it long.
Just
it doesn't take very long. Like even like
the kink out.
Like the one I did was probably like not even like 5 minutes, just like lapping the water over it at that point because I was very bored. And just like I had like a ladle when I was like, all right, this sucks because I didn't have a pot like deep enough for it.
Oh.
So like I was like taking it and twisting it like and getting in the water. You just need it like long enough, like probably like 10-20 minutes if that to get it, and then you take it out. You just let it dry for like a day and a half, right, Christine?
Well, yeah. I mean, it should dry pretty fast. You can take it off the coil just about immediately, as long as it's down to room temperature. It doesn't have to dry on there.
And so then you separate it to give it that beardy feeling, or do you have ringlets? I mean,
it's like a ringlet, and then you just pull it apart. It's like a crepe wool.
Okay.
Well, I don't know anything about that either. I'm allergic to wool, so I tried.
So you worked it just like crepe wool?
Yeah, you just pull it apart like crepe wool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because what I did was I twisted the hair and then twisted it around it to make it like super bouncy. Put it in boiling water, and then when I took it apart, like it was like crepe wool. You just pull it apart.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And then what backing did you put it on?
Wig lace.
With latex or?
With latex. I love wig lace. That's like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
Wig lace and latex is like my favorite thing for realistic.
Same. I'm not sewing it in. I mean, I'm going to at one point because I'm going to.
I sewed it in one time, and I'm way too lazy for that.
That's what I think. I'm like, no, I have plenty of time. I just would rather, like, I'd rather take a nap.
I know Christine's looking at me like that's what I do every day. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
But you know, I mean, the practice part, she can probably, like, if I were to try to do that, especially with my trimmers, what I could get done in like 6 hours, she would probably get done in like 6 minutes. It would be, I mean, just the fact that
that's what she does. She does.
Right, but I was going to say, yeah, Tisha, but your job you can do in less time than, she just has that advantage, and she's like, using that skill set. We just don't have, skill sets that
which makes her a fucking badass whiskerina. Sorry, I'm swearing.
Guys, but
she is.
Anybody can learn it, but not everybody is going to want to do it because it can be boring as hell. And that's why I've always got my audiobooks on. And that's why I do it, because I get paid to do it. If there was no money in it, I would not do this.
Yeah.
I just cut it, latex it on, and hope it looks good. But
okay, so I've never seen this technique. So do you do it on your actual face with the wig lace, or do you do it on a styro head, or how do you do that?
I have a head.
Okay.
I have a head that I'll put the wig lace on, and I'll do it on it. Because if I don't do it that way, then the latex forms weird. So I can't do a good beard on it. So I need the form of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Do
why I
you-
do it on the head.
Okay. Do you do like under the chin as well, or is it strictly from the cheeks down?
It's strictly from cheeks down. I don't do under.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll cut it so it like folds under, but I don't do anything past here.
Okay.
Do you cut it after you put the hair on it, or you cut just?
No, I cut the
neck
wig lace to do it.
and then okay, so that's what I did to like
Do you have to put like saran wrap behind it with the latex or?
No,
I do because it comes off easier. Like you don't have to, but I found that I stick the like pin the saran wrap on underneath the netting, and then I just go for it, and then it works for me. So
no, I just put like 2 dots on my mannequin head so it sticks with the latex, and then I'll do the beard on that because I found that if I do the latex the whole way through, it's really heavy, so I don't do it that way. And then if I need extra hair, I just take it with me. Like for Willy's beard, I took extra hair with me and like glued it onto my face as needed.
I'm so confused.
So when
Clear.
I am too, but I'm learning.
I just
Okay,
got totally lost.
So you've got the lace
This is why I
on
need visuals.
the
Yeah.
thing. And then do you take like clumps of hair bit by bit and lay it like that and build up the beard, or?
I do very thin layers
Okay.
over the wig lace
Okay.
so that it layers like evenly throughout it.
Okay.
Like there's sometimes it's a little bit thicker than what it should be.
Right.
So like I'll do like wig lace and I'll do like layer by layer, like up the cheeks for how I need it.
Oh,
And I do the mustache the same way. That's why my mustaches usually come out a little bit thicker than what they should.
And you use a styrofoam head, right?
I have a mannequin head. I don't have a styrofoam.
so
And then-
yours is plastic.
It's plastic head.
That's why you can do the latex and it doesn't really affect going to the styrofoam.
And when I do my mustaches, I do my mustaches on the back of the head.
Yeah. I wondered about that. Jesus fucking Christ. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm irritated.
Do you when you're done, do you cut right to the edge of where the beard is, or do you have a little bit of lace showing over top of where the hair lies?
I'll cut it out.
Okay. And
I
then
usually cut out like where it should be, where like for Willy, I had like more lace than what I should be showing, so I cut that off.
Okay.
And then
how do you stick it on your face?
Oh, Prozaid.
that's right.
What is
I remember you
Prozaid?
saying that there.
Actually, Natalie turned me on to it. Natalie Johnson. I used
Yeah.
to use Spirit Gum all the time. Hate Spirit Gum. It's the most horrible thing ever. But Natalie turned me on to Prozaid, which is great because like as soon as it gets a little bit sticky, everything just sticks.
What is Prozaid? Is that a medical thing?
It is. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it's for prosthetics. So if you
Okay.
had a prosthetic breast, you can, and it'll hold there. I mean, it's just like latex.
They
It's
also sell it with theater stuff too.
yeah, I mean the theater.
I got
but
mine
it
from
came
a theater.
from the medical industry for
Okay.
prosthetic stuff. So
I didn't know about it until Natalie told me about it.
it's great.
And
I
what sort of
remember being in Richmond, Virginia, trying to stick a mustache on my face with Spirit Gum and just swearing because it was so humid. I was like, this is never gonna stick. I hate my life. Like please God, just stick.
Okay. Well, there's different kind of spirit gum
Yeah.
too. There's like the kind of crap stuff, and then there's the better stuff. But that looks really interesting. Now, how do you dissolve that to get it off, and how do you clean
Oil.
your beard afterwards? Oh, just a mineral oil, like okay.
Beard oil.
See, I use like a makeup remover.
Okay.
There is
I've never used the Prozaid remover. I just use like
there is a Prozaid remover, but I thought that the makeup remover worked better.
I got beard oil in my bag. It works just as fine.
yep.
Okay.
We get enough of it when we win.
Yep. That's what I use a lot of it for, is getting like, when we're
It
cracking
takes all that shit off. It's great.
right off these nails. I'm like, damn. Yeah.
I straight up use beard oil to get it off.
Oh, okay.
Now I've used Prosade on some of my like mustaches. And then I think everybody uses stuff that works well for them, and some, there's variations because your skin is different, and what sticks for somebody is not going to stick for others. But Courtney, well, Carrie Lynn's back. We'll let her back in.
Bring her back in.
Courtney told me about using a Band-Aid for my mustaches. So, I started using that for, when I can, and I can trim it, and of course use the smallest one. So I've used Band-Aids. And then just by accident, that fabric fuse, the tape that you use for the fabric fuse, I realized that actually stuck too. So I've used that on things that need more of a clear kind of background. So
I've heard like the like men's like toupee like tape works really well.
Yeah, Christine told us about it.
Walkers.
Melissa Crafton is the first person that told me about toupee tape. But I got my order. I messaged Christine. I'm like, this one or this one? Like there's two of them. But I got the one with I think it was the mini pieces. They were smaller, so I thought I could manipulate them, and there was a lot more.
I feel like that works in like a good it's like if it's falling off, like that's a good like quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep the tape in your purse.
That stuff holds really, really well. I've had the best luck with fabric tape. My beard at Nationals, that big heavy black beard, I held that on with fabric tape.
That looked good. That looked really good, girl.
The only problem was I was sweating. Thank you. Like,
I mean, you're in Pennsylvania. You shouldn't be sweating. I was just in Texas. Like, I came back to Ohio. I'm like, this weather is nice.
Girl, in Pennsylvania, I was straight dying. I was like, y'all don't have air conditioners up here? And they're like, no, it's the north.
We do. When it's like 60, we're like AC.
Yeah, but why weren't they using them? There was too many people, a whole lot of hot breath in there, and the beard, and it's just hot, and yeah. Toupee tape. I swear to God, that's your husband. Bless your heart, man.
Do you tell me to fuck off in Southern?
He's outside, probably smoking a cigar, or maybe he's starting the grill for supper. I don't know. I just buy the meat.
She buys chicken. He buys the meat.
No, Summer's like, bless your heart. I'm like, hold up. I know Southern. Hold on.
Okay, but see, I'm from the South, and before everybody turned that into bless your heart, it means go fuck you. It just means, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. That means
it's all in the context.
Exactly.
Oh, sure. We'll go with that.
I mean, it could be like, hey, or it could be like, hey. It's contextual.
Well, we actually had a topic or two topics.
Do we have a topic?
We did. We got
one tonight. One left.
And I'm especially interested because I'm struggling with this topic. But I think in our chat, I may have put it in there. I can't remember. But what, you go to what we'll call the big comps. And we're talking, Great American Nationals.
World.
Yeah, Worlds. Some of those as an example. We do have some more in, the U.S. that aren't technically a national competition, but still rank up there on what I would call the big comps. So, that old saying, go big or go home deal. So what, from you guys' opinion, notches a beard up there?
What gives it that wow factor?
Right.
What kind of beard?
I mean, what are we talking about? Like
realistic, creative? What?
Like when people say go big or go home, like you got it, like when they're like, oh, I'm going to, we'll just say Great American. I'm going to Great American. I can't just do a beard that I'm going to do at my local comp. I got to. So what do you do to
Girl, you're talking to the wrong person on this one.
you.
I've gone big at very small competitions.
Wags goes big or goes home at every comp. Like hers is like, I think yours are like always. I think Christine's online. Like I would be like, oh, it's an online comp. It's going to be simple. I'll just do me. And then she goes like whaler to chops. I'm like, that was a whole lot of effort to me for an online competition. I'd have tried something like that at a bigger comp, like something about like, oh, hang on, whatever, and then do that in front of them.
Like, I thought I went big at competitions, and then it turned out I did not go big enough at competitions.
Well, so what?
It's weird.
That's because I know, Wags, you've definitely done some. Didn't even have to worry about going home. You went big.
Sorry.
I go big a lot.
So what takes it to that level? I mean, what are those?
I mean, like, I've had fire in my face before. Like, I've always had shit move. Like, I think it's just one of those things. Like, you just go to a competition. It's like, all right, we're gonna do this.
Did you say you had fire on your face?
Oh yeah, I totally had fire on my face.
Why?
Why not?
Like, was it?
Because it went with a beard.
Okay, so it was intentional. That's what I was asking.
Oh yeah, no, it was totally intentional. So I did this voodoo beard. I did it twice at a competition. I did it for Great Lakes something or other. I got first place. But my fire actually blew out. So I had 2 candles on my face. It was a voodoo beard, and they blew out. So then I went to Detroit and did the same beard and had the candles up, but the candles went up to here with the fire. And I was like, I have a lot of shit on my face that's very flammable, and this is a really bad idea.
That's awesome.
But let's try it out.
I got second. It was nice. I didn't burn to death, so it was nice.
So do you think it's like, because like I said, I'm struggling with this myself. Is it kind of, I was thinking kinetic, things that move, or is it just like,
it's the daylight? There has to be. I think there has to be something extra. I think demographically, maybe they have smaller comps where people don't put as much effort into it. Like they don't do the whole costume or anything. And then there are comps that they can be local ones. But if you don't go big, you might as well just donate some money.
I mean, I've gone big at comps and like not place. Like it's crazy.
It depends on what the judge is like, and you really
know.
But what is big? What makes it big?
Most of my shit has moved or has done something. Like, unless I'm doing realistic. So like you can't ask me what's big or go home. Like my big or go home is my shit's gonna move and it's gonna do something. Like when I was at Worlds, my shit literally went down my face and flipped over. Like I've had fire in my face, I've done like pistols on my face, I've done all kinds of shit. So you tell me what's big, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna do me.
Well, I think that's a really good way of looking at it. It's stay true to yourself rather than try to outguess the competition or try to outguess the judges. Because if you try to please other people, you're going to please nobody. So I think also attention to detail, especially when I see you guys as craft beards and they're just so meticulous. That is exciting. I mean, anybody can just glue a bunch of shit to their face.
Right.
And have just a giant, shiny, flashy, whatever. But it's when it's concept and creativity, and also when it does move on your head nicely. I think that's beautiful too. So,
see, I think what you do is complete art. Like that is beautiful. That is amazing.
Right.
Like I look up to you a lot when it comes to like realistic.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you.
Oh, shut up. You know it's great. You know you're amazing.
So anyway,
stop being so Canadian, so nice. You know.
You just have to do your best, Tisha. Like, so Tisha is the hardest person in the world on herself. And that's why she's asking this topic. I've seen all of her stuff. Tisha, all of yours are go big or go home.
And all Tisha's beards are amazing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like that's the
Yes.
thing. Like all of
With
her
your
beards are
bottom
amazing.
one-
Tisha, your beards are amazing.
And
if
they
it
all,
has movement, if it has something to it, just something more than it, if it's something just like uber clever,
yeah, all of yours are very conceptual, and
Yeah.
and they're interesting and they're surprising, and I think that's what makes it big. It doesn't have to
Right.
be about
It doesn't have to
size.
be size big.
Yeah,
It has
and
to be like a big impact. Like
yeah,
when you walk away, people are like, "Did you see such and such? Did you see that did that on her beard? Did you see the Ferris wheel freaking moved?"
Now, that being said, I would 100% give a first place to somebody with freaking fire on their face. I don't know how that slipped.
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm.
I'll send you. I'll light the beard up and send a picture to you.
Yes.
Hey. Send a video because I want to
It's
see it in
literally like
action.
everything on it is flammable. It's
Oh,
amazing.
my Lord. Yeah. I like that element of
I
danger.
Yeah,
You
I
should
was
get points for
gonna say,
danger. Yeah.
I was in reply to Shannon's comment where he said there's not a right answer. I think that's wrong. There's actually no wrong answer.
And then he hit that too.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing. It's like you guys are saying, it's whatever your version is.
Wait a minute, we got a response. From an outsider looking in, from when I started in the beer community, I see that some comps have more whiskerinas enter than other comps. And of course, the bigger ones, you have to go big due to more ladies entered. But like, say, the last comp I went to in Arizona, I think there were 3 entered in each category, so it wasn't as bad. So there was actually just 2 in each category. The Arizona one, Lori Ann, she did the bearded lady, the bearded baby dolls, bearded beard, whatever. It was really, I thought it was a neat concept. I hadn't seen it. And then the other one was made of gnomes. And then myself and another Drea was in realistic. Yeah, I think it is. Like, I know Wags, you commented. They had three girls this past weekend.
Yeah, there was 3.
That was the smallest turnout for Whiskerinas I've seen for North Texas Beard Alliance. Normally, there's a ton, but they've always done December.
I was kind of sad. Like
I was surprised. Like I knew I wasn't competing. I knew Natalie wasn't, but I knew there was vacations because it was Memorial Day weekend. But there were some people that came and didn't compete, which I thought they would have.
I told Mick, I was like, I want someone to bury me. Like I really want someone to like just destroy me at a comp. I really do.
Right.
And I think, the difference is, when we started the club, we really saw a difference before. We were seeing a huge difference before COVID. I mean, because like you were talking about summer, the last December, there were over 12 Whiskerinas at that competition. At least 12 that I can think of.
At least, yeah.
And it was that because you were also seeing a lot of them compete in both categories. So Mobfest 4 is a good example. It was stacked, completely stacked.
This last
Both
one,
categories.
it was a lot in each category. Absolutely. Like what, 10 in each? And that's a lot for what that would be considered a local comp. That is a beard mob in general comp. It's open to everybody, but it's mainly mob people. But no, like even at nationals, Wags knows, like Wags saw my face. I'm grateful to win, but I wanted to beat some people.
Like, I enjoy when people beat me. I really do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I play sports.
Like I wanted to, like all the effort that I put into it, and I was like, damn, this whole thing could have fell off on stage. I could have told each judge to go piss off. And but I walk away from nationals with the compliments from Wags and from Natalie, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. Suck it up.
Oh, your beard was great.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
I wanted to compete, not just
Yeah,
show.
you have that, like, you just want to compete, like, please just bury me in this. Like, I want competition for
I
this.
want to see what's out there. Yeah. So
Like, I was actually, like, I placed 4th in World, and I placed 4th at Great American. I was like, all right, that puts a little fire under my ass to do better.
yeah.
Like, I'm 4th in the World, I'm 4th in Nationals. Like, that puts a fire under my ass to do better.
And I think the conversation is going to come up again that came up before COVID. How many competitions are happening? You have a competition pretty much every weekend somewhere, which is great for our charities. Absolutely great. But as this, everything's kind of rolling back around to when kind of we started the club and the things we talked about is you can't, I can't possibly keep up with making a beard for all of the competitions every weekend. We can't afford to go to all of them. And you try to contribute. Even we as a club, we put it out there. If again people having competitions, we want to help sponsor categories because that's what the whole spirit of why we did the club is just to be out there, be supportive, and be paired with all the other clubs that aren't specific to craft. You know, we're not our own entity. We're out there in the community to pair with everybody. But I think the conversation is going to start coming back around that was before COVID is how many competitions we have, you know, each weekend. And you have to make choices about where you go and what you do.
Well, I'm very fortunate to where, like, I have a lot of competitions on my side of the coast, so I can go to a lot of them.
Right.
Whereas, like, you guys don't have that many competitions to go to. Which, when Allie moved to Maine, I was like, oh, you can go to more comps. Because they're all on, it seems like they're all on the East Coast. But,
yeah, there are a lot. Mm-hmm.
However, Texas is very great for competitions, and I love it.
You think so?
Yeah, I had a great time in Texas.
It's the beer.
I'm trying not to swear. I'm sorry.
I just think Texas is so finicky with our weather. It's hard. It's either hot or cold or.
Well, it was hot. I'm from the north. It's hot. I got back. It was like 80 degrees. I'm like, this is nice.
And honestly, that was a beautiful Memorial Day. That wasn't hot at all. Like, I was like, oh, yes, it's only going to be like mid 90s. Hell yeah, because it can be way worse than that.
And right now, when the sun goes down, and typically, you know, there's a breeze, which there was this weekend, but after that, it became a lot more bearable. And it was really not too humid for the weekend.
Do you guys get humidity? It didn't seem like it.
Oh, come visit us, Wags, in January for the competition.
No.
Yes. Yes. The You Matter competition in January. Come visit us. It'll be warmer than where you are. I guarantee it.
Oh, no, I'm in Ohio. I guarantee it's going to be warmer than Ohio in January.
Oh, yeah, I picked Ghost up, and he had come in from actually, it was colder here at You Matter than it was in Ohio.
There's no way.
It was. Ask Ghost. It was cold. And then as soon as Ghost and State Farm Jake from Washington, they left, cold weather went with them. I was like, y'all brought that.
Their fault.
Yeah. It was.
See,
ridiculous.
I'm cool with cold. I can do cold. It's your guys' heat I can't do.
It's not bad in January.
It wasn't that bad at all.
Mm-mm.
I've been to LA in January. It was bad.
It was nice.
Yeah, I mean, it did kind of put a crimp in our plans with it being as cold as it was, which was very unusual. But we still had our little fire, and Jiggy made fun of my Crocs that are.
I'm all about bonfires, by the way.
Bonfires, yes. Crocs.
I have a pair of like flannel lined Crocs that are warm, and I can put them right on top of where the little fire is, and they keep my feet warm. And Jiggy made fun of me.
Why are you making fun of her, Jiggy?
Because she had on Crocs. But she's not even telling the whole conversation because she went on with these stories. And I know Tisha on a different level. And some people are like, oh, Tisha, she's so sweet. No, the fuck, she's not. Sorry. No, she's not. And she was telling stories, and she even was shocking me. And I was like, we're going to have to, like, negotiate, like redo the terms of our friendship. If you
All
don't
right, so the three of us got to get a bonfire together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm wondering what I told you. I don't.
Oh, I do, but I will not.
She doesn't even drink, and she's wondering what she told you.
Exactly.
I got you.
Carrie Lynn, do you remember any of that stuff?
Yep.
Yep.
I think Carrie Lynn might have been holding me in the chair as I was trying to fall out, going,
I'm pretty sure I was.
are you going to keep talking? And I did like this. Shannon, you're going to let her do it? And he was like, oh, yeah.
Okay, the minute we go off air, we are going to talk about this.
I don't know why I have this persona of being just.
You're kind of professional. I mean, okay, so let's say we're similar to age. You dressed up to judge and you looked very professional. I dressed up just because, and I did not. That's why people think you're the good person. You're the good girl.
You're also very soft-spoken compared to Jiggy.
She drops the F-bomb quite frequently. She just has a little more control than I.
I didn't say she did not
Good for her, because I don't have control over it.
I said she is soft-spoken. Basically, you're allowed to not.
Yeah.
What I have to admit, I do. Okay. Do I freak out the crowd completely, or?
Sure.
Okay. So I do, as most of you have seen, I do have tattoos. But apparently I made a whole room full of people gasp when I have a complete full back tattoo. 100%.
Like the whole thing.
Ooh.
I mean, kind of split my wig a little. I was like,
I think I did know you have a back tattoo.
Yeah.
the whole thing. Like, not a tattoo. Like,
Because I think we talked about, like, you have a back tattoo and I have a whole butt tattoo. We had this conversation.
wait, you're pointing the wrong way. She's all
Yeah, you're moving the wrong way.
Well, that, and I've been in the car with Tisha when she drives.
Don't
If
even
you've
go
ever
there.
ridden with her, she is absolutely not professional. And you better have life insurance.
Oh my
And
God.
a seatbelt and a pistol.
Well, I have the pistol covered, but.
I know, I need one for my protection because I'm the one that's going to get shot. Like,
She's okay. Yeah. She's only saying, you know, when traffic merges because there's something going on up there, whether it's construction or whatever, there's an open lane all the way till where it merges. It's not my fault if people want to back up for 2 miles when
if
there's
people
an open
want to start
lane.
merging when they see the sign that says lane ends, merge.
Yeah,
So
but
if
it says
anybody
lane
wants to
ends
follow
like
directions, it's not her fault.
lane ends like half a mile or 1,000 feet. There's still 1,000 feet there.
It takes
It's not my problem.
999 of it.
No, it's still open. Yes.
Shannon knows. He's
I
got
know.
my
So I have some rebellion, and I'm
Some.
You're so nice.
she calls it road rage.
Yep. She's one of those.
But let me tell you,
It says,
the designated driver here, when you put the drunk in the passenger seat, who thinks he's still the driver.
Shannon?
yeah, not me. I just I shut up. I'm
First
just
time
riding. I'm
just
getting
quiet.
it.
Are you a Jesus take the wheel kind of person?
I'm well, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. Let me just go on and say a little prayer.
It's
Make
the
sure
first time I've
it's
ever
my-
really seen
all I
it
can do is
quiet.
my attitude and my effort. That's the only thing that I can control. Attitude and effort. Mine.
You're like, I've been a good person.
I mean, It was fun while it lasted.
And speaking of that, look at the time. Oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
That's just about what I
like,
was.
oh goodness, it's time to go.
We totally got
We're
off on
5
tangent.
minutes over.
Because I want to get that offline chat going.
It's at 5 minutes over, and it has been a blast.
Oh,
I love you ladies. It's been great.
So I want to thank, of course, our guest, Miss Carrie Lynn and Miss Wags, for coming on tonight. And you guys are also welcome anytime. Just tell us you want to come on, and
I need visuals next time when we talk about building a beard wags. I need to see this.
You want to build a beard wags? We can do this.
Build a beard with wags. Yeah, I want to build a beard with Christine. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm all about it. Like
You can tell me how I'm doing it wrong the entire time. It's great.
I will have materials ready to go for an online tutorial. Yeah, I flashed it up because he ain't. I mean, he ain't.
yeah. He told me once, he said, it's not that you scared me, it's just I don't like NASCAR. Anyway, all right. So we'll get out tonight, and every Monday night. Thursday is beard loss, or if you want to have a good time too, Jeffrey has cigar time, which we're always on, and he posted it to his wall. So grab a cigar and come on and just chat, have a good time. And not sports.
Friday.
Oh, Friday's
Fabs
Fabs
and
and
chicken wing.
chicken wing.
Fabs and chicken wing with a little
Yeah.
side. I thought of it.
Chicken wings?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Wax?
You said chicken wings?
Chicken wing?
Yeah,
He won style stash. Full beard
yeah,
style
the pink
stash.
Okay.
matter hat.
Yeah. The pink you matter.
And
Oh god. He looks like a little
then
chicken wing.
Sunday is, what is it called? Art Assaults?
Art assault.
Yeah, with Room Green. I think that's the network lineup. But again, thank you, ladies, for joining us. And I'm Tisha Klinkenbeard. Like I said, current president of the Craft Whisker Club. And
Summer VP.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Tisha.
well, thank y'all for coming on.
Not thank you to me, Wax. What the fuck?
Thank you.
What's this? Sorry.
And of course, our lovely co-host, and if you didn't hear at the beginning, Christine's first official co-host episode with us. So very happy to have her join.
Happy to be here. Thanks to all of you. I'm going to get this right.
Yeah,
Nope,
it's
nope,
very
okay.
confusing.
She's like, you Americans are so weird.
Yeah, right.
God bless you. Bless
Bless
your
your
heart.
heart.
Hard.
I learned
Good
it.
job.